Alright, so Nagato's gonna save the file for later, but what about this room of weapons? I need to investigate the room. It's not like I know how to get out of here. Yeah, look at this. Oh my god, there's more in here than I thought. There's a floor hatch? There's a door on the floor. Isn't this the first floor of Strawberry House? Could this door lead underground? Based on the sketch, there shouldn't have been a bunker. Maybe what lies beyond this door? Things are finally getting interesting. What is this? A bunch of refrigerators. A refrigerator here. I wasn't expecting to find drinks in it. When I opened the door and peeked inside, there are poisons stored in here. You could secretly kill everyone with poison in a way that can be considered the most powerful weapon. Huh. In that case, you'd have to ignore the rules. Regardless, it's slightly different than an ultimate weapon. Something called ultimate should make my heart dance with joy. Alright. What is that? A window. Why is there only one window in a place like this? Looks like there's some kind of hidden meaning to it, but in actuality, what could it mean? In my mind, I entertained various possibilities as I walked slowly towards the window, and the moment I peeked out the window, what I actually saw outside the window was completely different from any possibility that I had in mind. What the fuck? I see, so that's what it was. When I saw outside the window, if I start piecing it together and think about it, it seems I'm finally starting to get a larger perspective of the funhouse with this. Well, who knows, but it's probably the evidence that's explaining what the funhouse really is. There's a door. The final dead room is on the other side of the door. If I entered the room from this door. Okay. There are lots of different firearms here. There are handguns and grenade launchers. Damn. Amazing. I expected of a place that cannot be reached unless you clear the final dead room. Thanks to how I arrived here, all the separate pieces seem to have it connected together in one fell swoop. A chain reaction culminating in the truth, all thanks to just one clue. I know that's now is not the time to enjoy things, but this is definitely a good feeling. Especially that window. That's right, everything came connected from there. Thanks to that window, I realized the mystery of the ultimate weapon and the funhouse. Now all I have to do is tell everyone about it. Before I do that, I should take a look at the file I received from Monokuma, especially if everyone's student profiles and their time at Hope's Academy are there. That's important. I cautiously opened the file and read it, taking care not to miss a single letter. Huh? Hey, can you hear me?
Can you
Oh great, now we're
me?
back here. Of course there's gonna be a cliffhanger, they won't explain it. Of course. I'm sorry, did you say something?
Well?
It's been about 2 hours since we spoke to Fuyuhiko. I wonder if the elevator's fixed yet. It'd be bad if we were still split up before the class trial, so maybe we should call them one more time. Are you even listening? I only brought that up because I'm really worried. Sorry, what are you gonna do? You're right, I'm worried about them too. Let's try calling Strawberry House one more time. That's a great idea. Haha! Huh? It's Nagito. Where'd he come from?
Hello there.
Nagito, why are you here? Because I showed up. You showed up? How did you even come here? Maybe I teleported. Huh? There you go. So now there's evidence. There's a way to get between the two sides of the funhouse without using the elevator or the doors. Yep. Answer me seriously. How are you able to come to this side?
Hey.
Before I do that, there's something I need to tell you guys. There is? I tried to investigate Strawberry House as much as I could. I'll give you those details first. Let's hurry this up. After being abruptly interrupted by Nagito, Chiaki and I learned of the results of his investigation of Strawberry House. Alright, elevator. And the Strawberry Hall button. And Fuyuhiko's account. And the wall clock. All added. Guess what, those were pretty important. Especially the fact that everyone in Strawberry House heard that rumbling noise too. But what was that about the wall clock's alarm going off before that happened? Also, the fact that Strawberry Hall's button was broken is definitely worth noting.
Hey.
Also, there's one more thing I need to tell you guys. I've cleared the final dead room. Huh?
Could it be?
You did the life-threatening game?
Wow.
It wasn't life-threatening at all. It was just a little escape game that ended with some Russian roulette. Russian roulette? It's a game where you load one bullet in a gun, spin the cylinder, point it towards you, and pull the trigger. So you really did it.
Man.
Yeah, so that's how you're supposed to play it. It would have been fine if I only used one bullet. I guess it was just what Monami said.
Huh?
Actually...
I misunderstood and thought that I had to take one bullet out of the cylinder, so that's how I did it. You only had 1/6 chance of surviving.
Well...
I'm still alive. After all, the only good thing about me is how lucky I am. What's wrong with him? I knew he was strange from the start, but for him to actually do something suicidal, he's crazy, that's all there is to it. Anyway, because I was able to clear the final dead room, I was able to obtain several rights. One of those rights was the freedom to move between Grape House and Strawberry House. Not only that, but whenever I move back and forth, I don't even need to play the game again. Move back and forth? Where would you even be able to do that and how?
Man.
Hey
Please stay
Hajime,
quiet.
you've been repeating yourself over and over. It's bugging me. Can you let me speak freely? I'm definitely lucky. Thanks to that, I was able to clear the roulette at the highest difficulty. And I obtained quite an amazing prize as my reward. That's the Future Foundation file.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a continuation of the file we received at the roller coaster. Continuation? There's even more detailed information about the Killing School Life that was in the earlier file. The Killing School Life. You mean the killings that took place at Hope Speak Academy, right? As I recall, Byakuya was one of the students who participated in it. But even when we learn more about the Killing School Life, it has no relevance to us whatsoever. There was information about the order of the killings and who the killer was for each incident. I find it extremely boring to read about the deaths of people I don't even know.
Right?
Besides Byakuya, of course. Then it's just as I thought, that Byakuya was the Byakuya we knew, right?
But...
However, I can't say the information was completely useless. In truth, there are similarities between the Killing School Life and the Killing School Trip. Similarities. For example, the first murder involves someone important getting stabbed to death in an unexpected place.
Hey.
The second murder revealed the presence of a serial killer among the group. And the third murder was actually two killings that happened in succession. Yeah, he's right. There's all similarities to the first game.
Hey.
What do you guys think about these strange similarities? It's definitely strange. I can't think of these as coincidences, especially if Monokuma is behind the motives and driving the murders. What are you trying to say?
Hey.
By the way, the fourth murder of the Killing School Life was apparently a suicide. Right, that was Sakura. Huh? Whether that means something or not is something each person should think about on their own. I just wanted to tell you guys the truth. The truth? Are you sure you're not just going to try to confuse us? Jeez. Your complaints never end, do they? If you're gonna talk like that, I won't want to tell you anymore. And I even learned what your talent is too. Huh? Huh?
Well,
that file wasn't the only one I received from Monokuma. This is another one. That seal. Indeed, it's the Hope Peak Academy School crest.
Perhaps.
Does that have information about our stolen memories?
how unfortunate.
Unfortunately, I couldn't find any clues about that. This file doesn't contain our information, just Hajime's information. Just mine?
Why?
Isn't that weird? Why only Hajime's information?
Jeez.
It's quite troubling that you would ask me that. I must say it was always interesting that Hajime was the only one who couldn't remember his talent.
Right?
But that ends now. Are you serious? Do you really find out why I was chosen by Hope Speak Academy?
Man.
In a way, it's just as Chiaki said, Hajime's existence is special. Because you were just some Reserve Corps student from the Reserve Department. Huh?
Well...
Unlike the primary department for main Corps students who possess ultimate talents, the Reserve Department is for Reserve Corps students who entered the school through a basic entrance exam. Essentially, you're like a substitute or a secondary string. Well, even then, that's just a name only. The Reserve Department pretty much only exists to increase the Hope Peak Academy revenue stream. Revenue Department, substitute, second string, revenue stream, what's he saying? Like I said, to be a Reserve Corps student, you don't need to possess an ultimate talent. You just have to pay the rather costly entrance fee and tuition. With the funds obtained for these exams, the Academy can focus on bolstering and researching talent. Through this, the symbols of hope can be raised.
Isn't that right?
Which means you're just a stepladder, but you should feel honored. An average, talentless human can be put to good use for those who are known as mankind's hope. What the hell does this mean? Perhaps you simply weren't determined enough. Did you admire Hope? Were you willing to sacrifice your body and soul to attend Hope's Peak Academy? Or maybe you were just obsessed with Hope's Peak Academy, like a fangirl following the latest trend. It's not like that. I
Stop it.
wanted to become Hope? If that's what you're thinking, just stop it. Listen carefully. The only humans worthy of becoming Hope possess amazing talents and a strong will. And the moment you're born into the world, you either have that or you don't.
There's no mistake.
It has nothing to do with effort. You must be chosen to by Hope to become Hope.
You don't even know?
That's why it's not even worth admiring. Or were you so blinded by your admiration for Hope's Peak Academy that you couldn't even see that? Ugh. You're just some nobody from the reserve course who never had a talent to begin with. A nobody who forgot who he was a nobody, that's all. Then I'm just... That's right, you were never an ultimate, you had no talent whatsoever.